My name is Chris Kasler, a member of Evangelical Lutheran Church of the Good Shepherd in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. My ministry to the church is funeral director. It is an essential ministry because someone asked to bury the dead. Our Lord Jesus Christ, he was entombed and someone took care of him, and it's something that people can't do for themselves. In most parts, family members can't do it, so they have to rely on somebody else for advice. In my ministry, I don't necessarily want people to contact me just for the business, but if they're using another funeral director, I'm more than happy to give them advice and put them in the right direction, which is what happened during the Corona crisis. Family members were calling, people were calling, the pastor was calling, funeral homes were turning down people, and we were overwhelmed as well. So we were able to make referrals to people that I trust in the industry to help the family members out. The most traumatic experience I had after being a funeral director for 35 years was actually telling somebody on the phone that I couldn't help them. I had the relief of being able to offer someone else that could, but I like to be hands-on myself when it comes to things. I'm very, how would you say, particular on how things are done. In the recent days, it hasn't been an inundation. It's really just a catch-up time because crematories haven't been able to cremate. And the next available date now for cremation is the middle of June. So it's been difficult to catch up in that manner. But during the height of the crisis, there were remains coming into the chapel faster than we had places to put them. Very frustrating when people were referring to this crisis as fake or making a political agenda and things like that. When you're looking at the real thing right in front of you, and you really want to bring some of these people down to the medical examiner or to a funeral home and look inside these freezers, to see that this was a very, 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 very real crisis. Not knowing what the availabilities were with the cemeteries and things that we had to explain to them, with very little time to give to each family, it was difficult. There's a right way and a wrong way to do things, and this was like the right way to do the wrong thing. We saw the other countries ahead of us, so we kind of had an idea that it could happen to us. Trying to prepare and discern what you really needed to be prepared for, virtually impossible. The good thing that came out of it, I think, was that families were brought back together, almost in a forcible manner, undescribable by nature. So God works in mysterious ways. People don't have the necessity to grieve. There are people that are not of faith, that just simply want the process taken care of. And then there are those that need the time and the structure of the funeral. And this was one situation where that couldn't be offered to people, so that made it a very difficult job to do. I know when my mother and father died, I had to handle their funerals, and on behalf of my family, and I didn't get that time because I was so busy working and making arrangements and coordinating things that I really didn't have the time to grieve the right way. But it's something that we just plow through and somehow we manage. Time heals all wounds. The wounds don't go away, but you learn how to adjust and continue. It doesn't change the loss. Jesus hung on a cross over 2,000 years ago, and we still talk about it today. Yeah. So we're still in that phase of adjustment as we progress and awaken to different things. I guess eventually there'll be some type of closure. What that is, maybe it's our own deaths. We don't know what that closure is, but you still have to have the faith that something more is coming.